Welcome back everybody. Long time no see. I really missed you. But you know, the heat wave and everything, and I was a little sick and I didn't really have something to show. But I have since a week. Look at this, what I received. It comes from, it comes directly from Falco in Estonia, but it's arranged by Sahmsports in Kuwait, and they down there, they are really huge, and they are the biggest or main general distributor for the Falco bows down there. And Faisal reached out to me and said, listen, you know, we have these Falco bows and you never tested one. Shall we send you 3? Here they are. So Falco directly sent them to me for Sahmsports. I'll leave the link in the description to Sahmsports. They're working together with a kind of 20 brands from bucktrail to Große. So you find everything there, agrolo, everything Eastern and what have you. And now I have to tell you, I of course had to open them all because I didn't know which bows I get. So I had to unbox them a little, but they came packed very well, as you see. And we start directly with this one today. I need to unbox them a bit more. Look at this. Huh? The other ones are still completely boxed. I only opened the description that I know which bows they are, because then I need to do my homework and get all the information from the website possible. And this is the status we are right now. So there are 2 more bows in it, but we check them later. I only need another string for this one. Can you? Thank you. Wow, so it's such a nice color. So what we get today is, it's still hot. It's the Falco Vintage first of all, and this is the Falco Twinbow. It's a 40 pound. Has even my name written on it, which is really nice. Thank you for that. And look how shiny it is, and what I like of this bow, of course, look at this one. It's a Twinbow, and it's a very premium looking Twinbow. And when you see even what I saw directly when I unboxed it, look at this, there's a fur on it, but it's not completely, you know, covers everything. It's just enough to keep the arrow there. See, there's less friction, so it doesn't rest anywhere completely. Really well thought through, so I like this. Nice fur. Of course, you could think that on the side you should have something, but we see. First of all, my first impression, this is a really good looking bow. I don't know now the materials, but I leave the link in the description. You can check them all out on Falco. When you see it's a 40 pounder and you see the relatively thick ends here, you know this bow is more built for safety than performance, but I guess it will still perform nice. And here you see the logo of Sahmsports. These are the ones that made it possible. Thank you very much, Faisal. So, what do we have? Look. Left hand, right hand, something for the ambidextrous archer. So it's a twin vintage, it's a long bow, but they call it reflex. Yeah, it's a little reflex bow. It's laminated. You can have this bow in 4 different lengths, in 64, 66, 68 and 70 inches. The brace height is always 7 to 7.5, but you can feel free and play around. This is a 40 pound. I don't know now I didn't find anything about the poundage range, but I guess 25 to 50, 60 something should be possible. We have a Dacron string, and now the interesting part of this pretty twin bow is the price. It's 190 euros. So when you see, it's really a competitor for the bucktrail Metis, which is entry level, 120, 130 euros. And if you want a little more with a solid handle, which you can hold like this and you can hold like this, whatever you want, a bit more premium and vintage looking, yes, 190 euros, not so bad, not so bad. For the rest I can't tell you anything because there was not more information on it on the website of Falco. The other bows have a little more information then, but the other bows next time. And I can tell you, pretty bows. So. But we do what we always do. Because we do what we always do. Kind of like that I know which lengths, and I don't know what the max draw is now of this bow. We just see it's 68.5, so I guess it's a 68-inch version. arrow pass. I don't have to, it's not a horsepower, but of course we will shoot this one thumb release too, obviously. And then we need to string this one. So it comes with a nice string. Content of the package, a bow and a string and nothing else. So I would suggest to Sahmsports you create some small, I mean, I don't know if you do it when you ship it from your side, from Kuwait, if, oh, there's a knocking point on it, that's nice. So 1 point extra for the knocking point. That you put a small description in it of your company and the bow and what it is and maybe how to string and, you know, all these basic things would give you a point more, and maybe not for the entry level, but a small sleeve or something, a cheap sleeve would be nice, so they have a little protection for your bow. But that's my, you know, it's me. So 40 pounds, let's see. Oh, good, was okay, was doable. A little, but not too much. It's hot. 7, and it says 7 to 7.5. Look at this pretty bow, nice curves, relatively massive. So I guess but of course it's made for safety. But I think this part could be a little thinner. But the knocks are overall nice. Look, it's really nice made. Knocking point on it. Oh, Madonna. So max draw, I don't know yet, but oh, Madonna. Maybe do 30, but we draw 28, 29 inches, not more. Don't want to break those. By the way, the last Patreon bow, which I shipped, the long Tiron, which I shipped to America, the box was completely beaten up by American Post, and one sear is broken. That was horrible. Now we need to see, and of course they push everything away, and now they need all the papers and everything and what have you. 760, so it's a little on the heavy side, but it's fine. Feels good in hand, so feels like you have nice control. Good, it's good. Let's see. I should, yeah, of course, grain per pound, nothing mentioned. I should range arrows at 300 grain. Let's see what it says. There's a little, but it can be the string and of course the weight on the limbs. Can be that it goes away. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So there's quite some vibration going on. Maybe it gets away. We see, but you don't feel it a lot in the handle. The handle is very massive, so you feel a slight, but no, nothing. So that's fine. But in the limbs you feel it. But overall, not so bad. Not so bad for 190 euro. Nice. Let's see if the brace head went a little down. That means that the string needs a few shots. It's still at 7 inches. So these strings, you know, with the Flemish Dingsbumster here, they stretch always first a little. So we see, maybe we need to adjust it later. But now I would suggest that we shoot. Thank you. So now, let's see. 3-finger, Mediterranean. Nice, where you point, the arrow goes. The tongue is a little loud, but it's fine. Oh, is that a little loud? Oh, center shot. But now, oh, ladies and gentlemen, in the same position, so they don't go more to the right. Nice. Look at this. Oops. Nice. Only this noise a little, but you could get rid of it if you put some puzzles on it, and maybe it goes away. Maybe, baby. Nice. So let's see. I have now some pretty wood arrows. They are 500 grain, a bit more than 500 grain, so they're way too heavy. Only to see what they would do. Nice. Why do I shoot no thumb release? Nobody knows, huh? Because I can. Look at this, nice. So heavy arrows, and then you hear it's not so loud, but you don't feel hand shock or too much vibration. 3 fingers again with the lightweight ones. Hear spot the sound difference. Louder. So maybe a little heavy arrows. Maybe you want to go something like 10 grain per pound. Should be fine. But we go through the target where you point roughly. There it goes. Look at this. Not so bad. Let's shoot the left one. A little left and down. But you know, a few shots and you have this. So this bow performs nice. Only with 300 grain arrows you feel it a little in the hand. This is a little loud and a little, I start feeling it now, so it's 400 grain, I guess should be fine. Let's go for 30 back there. This is this orange yellow circle. Thumb release with the heavy wood arrows. A little low, they drop a little because they're a little too heavy maybe. I mean maybe they're 500 grain, of course they're too heavy. But we're wobbly. I need to work on my release again. Oh. Oh yeah, not so bad. Let's see 3 fingers with the lightweight ones. That was a bad shot. I was looking at the pigeon flying. Yeah, you get easy the feeling for this bow. Yep, look. Another big thing. Oh, that was a bad shot. I really didn't shoot for a while. Yep. Let's see when we hold the bow this, you know, the other way around here, like a pistol grip. Oh, you hear the sound. Not so bad, but not good either. I mean, my shooting the bow is nice, so it's very predictable. You know what the bow is doing after a few shots. It's not a problem. And now I think should be nice to have here some protection because I scratched it now already, even on this side there. Because with a deep grip like this, you can't do torque or something because even if it's slightly rounded here, you might still, or cut, you know, it's a little tricky, but overall it works. You see here a new setup. It's made for the paper test when you train your release, that you see if you punch a hole or you cut a slit in the paper. So that's why this backstop is there. New at Mortar Archery, so you can train your release. But let's see the speed with the heavy arrows, 510 grain. I'm too far back, but doesn't matter. 126. Yeah, of course these arrows are way too heavy. I think I broke one. 115. Oh, 121. So, 3 fingers, 300 grain, 40 pound. Oui, 162. And the arrow disappeared. Nice. Nice, 159. 160. Very consistent. 166, look at this, nice. 157, okay. 159, so 160 foot per second with these 300 grain arrows. It's not so bad for a reflex bow which is made for safety here. This is all way too massive, so you could put a lot of stuff away here. Then you would get it more performing, less vibrating, but for the price, nice. When you look for something entry level for shooting both handed, gets a little stiff at the end. The 8-inch maybe 10. Matter what, you know, I suppose. Not two arrows in there, so we need to find them later. Back tension, huh? We're in back tension. He shakes a little bit, but still fine. Finally, center shot, and now I stop shooting. So, nice. It's just way too hot. Still, I don't know, 31 degrees and humid like hell. So, but conclusioni, it's a beautiful bow, very well made. So the build really nice. The only thing which bothers me a little, it can go away. We see if it goes away, but it's there a little. So heavy arrows, 400 grain, bit more, you don't feel it. More lightweight arrows, you feel it and you hear it. You know, this is, you really hear what this bow is doing. Look, bow, and then you feel it a little in the hand, but it's nothing annoying. And when you see 190 euros, you get something premium looking, good performing, 160 foot per second. Nothing to complain about this one, and it's a beautiful bow. Look at this here, Falco vintage, nice. And here you have all the, you know, first Falco, 40 pounds, Sahmsports, really nice made, well made, nothing to complain. Arrow pass is very narrow, so either way, how you shoot works in both ways fine. Works as said, right hand and left hand. Let's shoot left hand for the ambidextrous archer. Brian, look, both of you. Oh, but you know what? Oh, it's too hot. Let's get this done. Packaging, a bow and a string and nothing else. So I said small sleeve and maybe description something Faisal would be nice. Here it's then only 4 points. Handling of this bow. Easy to string, this bow is straight, so it's completely perfect for a beginner, so there's completely no problem. We have 10. The build, I said it's well made, so this is really well crafted. All the transitions here, everything nice sanded, so there's nothing, it's shiny, but you don't see any spots or any, you know, sometimes when they spray paint them, you see some spots on it. There's nothing. It's a little, picks up the dirt a little bit, but you simply wipe it off, and then it's shiny, it's pretty, it's a beautiful bow. And this handle, really nice, does the job. Look at this, is like both hands, just awesome. So build 10. The basic feel, the draw. No wait, draw experience comes later. Basic feel. The handle feels good, the bow feels, even if it's 68 inches, feels still very agile in your hand, so it's not that, oh my god, I have to move such. For me, the tips could be a little thinner, a bit more, less weight on it, but the handle feels either way. You hold it like this, really nice. You can hold it like this, really nice, but then you hear it even more when you shoot. But you find easily your position on this handle. It's really well made. The arrow shelves are nice, look rounded here, slightly rounded in this direction, so pretty good. So feeling for shooting, this bow gives you relatively quick the confidence you need to shoot, so you know what this bow is doing, where you point it. Wait a second, we have a knocking point already on it, so we give you 6 points for the packaging, because the knocking point is already set, so you don't have to worry about knocking point, which I find great for a bow like this, because otherwise people struggle with making the knocking points and they don't have one and they don't know how to. So this is nice, a good service, I like it. That's why 2 points more. Forgot that. Where are we? Basic feel is fine, so this bow does really good. 10. Draw experience, in the beginning there is not a lot going on, so there's nothing, and here you start feeling it, and then it directly, so the draw curve is not linear, it really goes up a lot. So here, and then, oh yes, it's more than 40 here. I mean, I can't draw 40 pounds. I feel 40 pounds. Here it's 40, but then here it gets really stiff. So draw experience wise, the bow is a little on the stacking side, so I give you 9 points for that. Shooting experience is really nice, so this bow does what you want, what you ask for. All the bells and whistles, what you want, only this is a bit too much for me. You feel it for more than 10 seconds in the limbs, which is quite a long time. And yes, I do it with all my bows, Peter, because it's for me a sign of how the bow is built, and not all bows have it. So if every bow would have a 10-second vibration here, I would say, okay, you can't do it else. But there are other bows out, they don't vibrate for 10 seconds, they're still vibrating. So there's a little room for improvement, and you feel it then a little in the hand. It's not overly annoying, and I said, as long as you shoot 10 grain arrows, it's fine. Of course, then the speed is a little lower than what we got out of the 300 grain arrows. But it's fine, but for this I give you 9 points again. Then we are at, let's say, 54 points. A bit more in the packaging and stuff, you know, then it's fine. And maybe consider getting these, or maybe you should make them directly with these pushers, you know, with these string silencers, or even the small rubbery ones. Then you get rid a little of this quite some vibration. Or change the string, maybe you could put another string on it or something, I don't know. But that's it, so 45 points, price value 190 euros for a beautiful bow like this. I mean, I always see bear paw as a comparison, and they have the Blackfoot, and it was in my time already 200 euros, where the slick stick was 320, and now the slick stick is 450 or 480, and even the Blackfoot most probably is now 300 euros or something. So for this price, it's tough to get a twin bow. I mean, even Bearpaw had once a twin bow, but it was a really brutal one-piece stick, not laminated, and it was already 150 euros, 180. So it really delivers. Has a nice glass on it, is well made, performs nicely for a beginner, or if you want to go for something like this, and you want to have a right and left hand way of shooting, or 3 fingers and thumb release. You don't like the snake and you don't like the metis, or the metis looks a little too cheap for you and you want something a bit more fancy looking. This one, and oh, aunt, go away. Does it work? So this trick didn't work when I draw a circle around the end. 5 points, so I better go away, otherwise it bites me then. Huh? Yeah. It's one of the big ones. So it's 5 points, it's fully worth 190 euros, under 200 euros, a twin bow. With this beautiful, look at this nice color here. Nice made, so it's really, everything is nicely crafted here. So totally nothing, and everything nice and even, so you know, it's not that somebody was there with a file and was drunk, it's really well made, well crafted. For me, a little overbuilt in the ends, but safety first, I understand it. Nice, well done. The Falco Twin Vintage. So, Faisal, first of all, from Sahmsports, thank you very much for thinking about me, testing the bows for you. Thank you very much. And thank you, Falco, for existing and for building these nice bows. And I always like this vintage series, you know, it's just always nice to have, not so modern, really nice, cool looking. And I guess you can have this in different wood variations, but you simply check on the website. You can ask Faisal from Sahmsports, he will answer all your questions you have about this bow. And that's all I have for you today. Now I need to take a shower. Thank you very much for watching. Catch you in the next one.